Well, with all the rain we've had, the desert has absolutely blossomed, and it's hard for allergy sufferers to catch a break this time of the year. Drive anywhere, and our trees, plants, and flowers have all come back to life, and so have the headaches or itchy eyes for many of us. It's a misconception that many believe before moving here that our desert landscape and our dry heat is somehow immune to allergens.
Yeah, apparently not. We are joined now by Samia Kadri with Banner Urgent Care. Thanks so much for joining us here in studio. Now, of course, every spring, everyone complains about allergies, but it does seem especially worse this time around.
Yeah, I think the recent rains, with all, not just recent, but all winter long, we've had so much rain, and that, kind of increases the growth of all the ragweeds and all the different Bermuda grasses and such around the valley, and that causes some of the allergy symptoms.
Yeah, so although we need the rain, it's like that's the trade-off.
That's the trade-off.
Worse allergies.
All right, there are, if you go into the drugstore, there are a million different things that you can try.
Yes.
Sprays, pills, neti pots. How do you know which is the right one for you?
Well, I think it's the severity of your allergies depicts what you should use. I always say try something by mouth that you can take at night, because sometimes people get a little drowsy when they take a medication for allergies. So try it at night. Nasal sprays, saline is my favorite because it doesn't have medication, but it tends to clear your nasal passage and thin out the mucus. Flonase is another.
Yeah,
I go through it by the gallon.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Xylistine, there's all sorts of, like you said, you go to the drugstore and there's just a whole thing to pick from.
And they work. Yeah,
they do work. And if you have a question as to what you can use, we do have a telehealth platform at Banner, and they can use the platform to see a provider, and they can make some recommendations.
Okay, so how do people really know, though? Because, we still have COVID that's going around, and of course there's flu and a cold. How do you determine if it's just allergies or something else?
Well, with allergies, you'll have a lot more sneezing, watery eyes, scratchy throat. Fever is usually not associated with allergies. Chills, body aches are not associated. So that might differentiate. Sometimes you'll get a cough. It's not as severe. Sore throat's usually worse in the morning when you wake up from drainage, and it kind of improves throughout the day. So.
Sammy, I have a question. Is there a point that you could get to where maybe you need to go see a doctor to be treated for allergies and be on some type of specific regimen?
Absolutely. If it's not letting you sleep at night, if it's getting in the way of your daily living, which a lot of people suffer greatly, and you can go get allergy tested, figure out what you're allergic to. You can have immunotherapy, basically allergy shots, to see if you can. No, I'm going to stump on my words.
Yeah, alleviate the symptoms.
The symptoms, and or just be treated with oral or nasal spray.
I wanted to ask you about neti pots. We've had several stories on the air recently about people getting some sort of a pathogen by using tap water in their neti pot.
Yes.
Talk to us and walk us through, because I hear neti pots are great to use.
They're great, but our tap water isn't exactly clean. So distilled water is the recommended water to use, and you really don't want to use a neti pot every single day. I mean, you have, your nasal mucosa will get irritated, and that causes even more potential for infection, because if you break the nasal mucosa, then more pathogens can, of course, get in. So there is a limit.
Yeah, well, hopefully a lot of this dies off once the heat kicks in.
Yeah, for this one, he's been sneezing and itchy eyes.
And you'll get the pollen.
Yeah.
So it dries out, then the pollen, kicks up from the dust. So definitely be on the lookout for the next couple months at least.
And then we have the mold season in the.
Oh no,
this
don't
is
even
Arizona.
start.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for
Sammy,
having
thank
me.
you.
Thank you so much.
All right.